Hello, hello, Geminis. It is AD with kayxztarot, and I'm going to be doing your November mid-month readings, alright? So before we get into it, I just want to say thank you so much for your continued support. I am so humbled and so grateful for those of you who are, new to the channel. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And for those of you who are returning, welcome, welcome, welcome. And let's see what's going to be the end of this Scorpio season, alright? So some things just right off the rip. I'm still doing that $10 3-card special. So all the information for that is going to be in the description box below. Also my Instagram and just how to contact me if you have any questions, all right? And more so than that, no, not more so than that. Sorry, I lost my thoughts. But I did want to say while I was pre-shuffling, there we go. While I was pre-shuffling, I did see some really great positive cards. So it seems like some Geminis are really on an upswing and really kind of moving into yourself. And some of you guys are in fact connecting with the Pisces. I saw almost all the Pisces cards. So either some of you guys are really getting into tune with that that twin, that emotional twin that you guys might try to hide away for Scorpio season, which I'm not surprised with the water element being here. Or some of you guys are connecting with Pisces or seeking Pisces for counsel and that kind of guidance and intuition. So some of you guys are really moving into like a kind of psychic state. And so I want to say that because that's something really cool and interesting to see with an air sign. So please let me know in the description box. Please let me know in the comment section how that is coming up because that was something that was curious. I'm interested to see if it's going to show up in the reading, but I don't know. But I just did definitely want to say that. I did see a lot of Pisces, okay? So without any further ado, let's get into your reading, guys. Thank you so much. Welcome, 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 all right? Okay. Some of you guys are definitely breaking away from old habits and tradition and really doing your own thing and challenging social norms and standards, really paving your own way. It's kind of what I'm seeing. Right. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands pop out. So again, like I said, a lot of you guys are really moving into like a really happy time period. Some of you guys could be connecting with a Pisces or just, somebody who really emotionally fulfills you, okay? And so with this Four of Wands here, this is happiness. Pure happiness can represent marriage for some of you guys, but just commitment and being around people that you love. Thanksgiving is coming up, right? And so maybe this is your time to shine because you get to be talkative and communicate. So some of you are kind of looking forward to going back to your family, going back to your roots. Maybe you haven't seen them in a long time, but there is a union and I do see it being positive. So some of you guys are fretting about, this Thanksgiving and clapback season. Fret not. It does seem like it's going to be like a pretty positive experience, all right? It might even present, new opportunities. You might be even getting some money from people that you didn't expect, It'd be coming out of nowhere. King of Wands popped out, okay? See, that's what I'm saying. You guys are really looking kind of like superstars, when you're coming back home. For some of you guys, okay? All right, let's see. All right. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, again, we have the King of Cups. So this is a really loving and deep energy. So some people, you're coming off, with the King, that's external. So some of you guys are coming off, I'm sorry, I'm in the way. Okay, anyways. I apologize for that. But anyway, so with this King of Cups being like the underlying energy, some of you guys are coming off as this very loving and nurturing type person, or really using your creativity and expressing yourself in kind of a different way than Geminis are known to. Or you could be connecting with a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio, but there's definitely a water energy that is here. But because we are still in Scorpio season, I'm absolutely not surprised to see this energy being here. But it's fascinating when it comes to Geminis, and air signs, air and water, right? It can create hurricanes, you know what I'm saying? So The heart of this reading we have is the Knight of Cups. Again, another water. Some people are really, you know, I don't know. It's a love offer or like a message. It could be an apology for some of you guys. Then we have the foundation is the Six of Pentacles. Moving into the Emperor, right? Okay, as our present energy. The Four of Wands as the most likely outcome. And then we have the Ace of Swords being your card of advice, which is very natural for you guys because you guys are like the communicators that we have. And then I just saw the Eight of Wands pop out. So this is really like communicating with those of you from your past and like all that other stuff. For you know, this is what I was imagining when I said some of you guys are coming back home and looking victorious or just returning back to a place. Maybe you guys have kind of taken some time off and you've been alone and like by yourself. Not alone, not by yourself, but you've taken some time away from the social scene. You know what I'm saying? So like if you guys were like Geminis like to communicate, they like to be in the know, they like to be with anybody, so you know, like to be with everyone knows them, you know, they know everybody, they know what's going on, you know, having their finger on the pulse. For some of you guys, you took your finger off the pulse to kind of understand yourself and kind of get into touch with your emotions and learn how to articulate them in a different way than you have before. But now it seems like you guys are returning to your, you know, to your stomping grounds. You guys are back in action, you guys are back in motion, and it's a welcome victorious return. You know, people have missed you, people have missed your energy, they've missed the banter, they've missed the wit, they've been living for it, darling, and now you're coming back and you're better than ever, okay? So that's kind of like, that's a interesting vibe that I'm getting, that you guys are kind of returning back and reclaiming your throne with the Emperor being here, okay? Because that's who you are. But again, in your absence, I'm really thinking that you guys have opened up a more compassionate and loving side of yourself that you haven't necessarily been in tune with for a long time, you know, because you guys are up here, but for whatever reason, with this removal of yourself from like some of your friends, some of your circles and all that other stuff, you've started to adapt this really compassionate type energy, okay? And so with this Knight of Cups being here, you might be receiving an offer of love, but I think some of you guys are giving an offer of love. You guys are some of you guys are opening up to new experiences. You're letting your guard down in a way that you haven't before, okay? Because you've realized and recognized that, you know, being alone isn't something that you always necessarily want to be. Although you're comfortable with yourself, at the end of the day, you guys are twins, okay? So you have enough energy for you alone. You know, you can keep yourself company. But I think that a lot of you guys are stepping out of that comfort zone and allowing different people and different energies into your, you know, space. Some of you guys are speaking about emotions with friends that you haven't done in a long time. You guys are really opening up. And it's for the better. It leads to really great communication and really great open and honest conversation. It gets people back on the same page with you. People are seeing a different side of you that they did not see, you know. And it's great for you. It's really awesome for you, okay? And so with this foundation, we have these Six of Pentacles, okay? So you guys are building on equality, okay? So it's this mirroring effect when you see the Six of Pentacles. It's, you know, giving and taking. It's charitable, right? So you guys are a lot of being charitable. I really don't imagine that you guys are the beggars. You might have felt like you were the beggars when you left, but now you've returned and you're now giving, okay? And so this is the foundation on which this entire reading is built off of, and it's equality, it's sharing, it's mirroring those. If somebody opens up to you, instead of just listening to, you know, what it is, you guys are actually listening and responding back and being like, you know, I had a similar experience. I'm really mentioning like with Michelle Obama, okay, how she's opened up about her infertility, okay, and she was just like, you know, it was hard for me to get pregnant, and I think more women need to open up about it. That's the type of energy that I'm getting. It's just like you guys are, you know, if somebody's coming after you like, I'm in a really toxic relationship, you're just like, look, instead of listening, you're like, look, I was in a really toxic relationship. You know, you're really giving that advice. People are really coming to you for counsel and guidance. Now more so than ever, because you guys know how to articulate and you've finally been able to step back and learn exactly what your experiences were for, and that they might not have been for you, they were for other people. So I'm really imagining like a very therapeutic sessions that are happening with people. People are really coming in and really looking at you for guidance as they have, but more so on an emotional front. Like you guys are you're just moving into like this really great, I say great because I'm biased, I'm a water sign. But you guys are just moving into like this really great open and honest energy where you're allowing yourself to speak about yourself in a very honest and personal manner. And that's really, really great, because you're going to be receiving that same type of energy. You know, the people who are entering your life, the friendships that you have are going to be built, and you're going to be moving into that, you know, energy, right? And so here we have the Emperor. So this is a leader, could be connecting with an Aries or a Taurus, but this is, and I'm getting Sagittarius too, but I'm imagining that like you guys are really looking like the king of all kings, okay, with this Emperor. People have awaited your return, and they're receiving, you know, this attention, right? And when I say kings, it's not because I don't believe that queens aren't great. I'm just saying like kings hold this external weight, right? So women tend to be more internal, men tend to be external. So this is how you're appearing to other people, is like this Emperor. You know what you're talking about. I'm not even getting the stubbornness that usually comes with the Emperor. I'm not even getting the tyrannical reign that we get with the Emperor. I'm really getting just a leader, a really good leader. Some of you guys are going to be stepping up into leadership positions and leadership roles, okay? And it's just because you've been able to counsel. Now you guys have really walked into this new chapter where you're just so understanding of people. Like there are things that probably used to tick you off in the past that don't. You're able to look at things through a different gauge, and it's just made you a really well-rounded leader. You know, it's made you a really well-rounded leader, and people are looking for your counsel. You know, people are expecting you, which I think that you're welcoming. You know, I think you guys are kind of living by your own rules, you're making your own rules, because people just respect you that much, and they miss your essence that much. Some of you guys are even taking advantage. Like I have a friend, you know, you might be coming up to work just 5 minutes late because you know nobody's going to say anything because they're just so happy that you're there, is like what I'm getting with this Emperor. It's just like you might not be the boss, but you're the boss of you. You know, you are the captain of your own ship and fate. And this is really positive energy, okay? And so then we have the most likely outcome, again, being the Four of Wands. So this is just really overall happiness, working towards marriage, working towards just fulfillment. You guys are going to be surrounded by people that you love, family, friends, you know, just really great energy. And for some of you guys, if you're not close with your family, you've made a family, you've made a tribe, you know, that is really going to help you and build you up and keep you sane, right? And they're just looking at you again as this really victorious type energy after your return. Maybe you've traveled and now you're coming back. Some of you have been to school, some of you spent a lot of time at work, you know, and some of you guys just chose to be alone. But you guys are you're reconnecting, and you're just enjoying the moment. Because 4 isn't necessarily like, the number 4 is building, but there's not really any movement. So you guys are just truly enjoying the moment as it presents itself, okay? That's really what I'm getting. That's really awesome. And then the card of advice again that we have is the Ace of Swords. So there's a new beginning, but mostly it's honesty and clarity. And that's what I've been saying, communication, which is you guys. And it's so funny because your energy has popped up in every other reading that I've done. And so as you're adapting, you know, specifically water signs energy, they're adapting your communicative skills, right? To have these open and honest conversations and to really get to the truth. You're really seeking the truth. And the source has to do with spirituality too. So some of you guys are opening up to your spiritual side, you know. You guys are just opening up in a new beginning, and it's totally encouraged to speak your truth, which is something that you do so very well, you know. So this is really awesome, but I really just see this Knight of Cups. I see you guys offering love, you know, like I just see you guys being the one who's embodying this King of Cups attitude, and you're sending messages of positivity. You're not the woe is me anymore. You're the you can do it person. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate and love that energy for you guys, because I feel like you deserve it. And then again, at the bottom of the deck, we could be dealing with Sagittarius, and we will be at Sagittarius season at the end of this month. But it's just this balance that you guys are really seeking and you guys are finding. You know, you're stepping into this really balanced state, which is super cool because, again, you guys freaking deserve it, all right? And for some of you guys, because I just saw those 2 cards pop out. Some of you guys are really going to, even though you're offering love and everything else, you guys are really guarded about your finances, okay? And so, some of you guys might, you know, you're like, I love you, but I'm not gonna put a down payment on in your house. I'm just not. Because people see you doing well, and when people see you doing well, they're going to come back and ask for money, and it has nothing to do with that. This isn't bad, always help. I'm never going to tell you what to do. I never tell you what to do in these tarot readings, but, your judgment is always the best judgment. But as far as just, people are going to be like, oh, wow, Gemini's doing so well. I bet that they must have some money. Let me see if I can get $5. And you're going to be like, oh, wow, I love you, thoughts and prayers. It's kind of like what I'm getting from you guys as far as, like, your finances go. And you're going to be really secretive, especially if you have money that is coming in. And it might be slow and steady, but some of you guys are going to be on, like, a new financial upswing. And so you're going to have to be careful for those people who are lurking to come back, who just, you always have that cousin who just constantly, like, needs something, right? So let's move into these oracles. But yeah, so that message was for some of you guys. And you guys know, I just heard somebody I said that and they just fell out because they know exactly who I'm talking about. There's a lot of cards that fell out. We're going to take it, okay? So basically what we had was Venus is exactly what I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about as far as just bringing that equilibrium and that love, that Libra energy, you're your cousin, your sign siblings, as I like to say. So this is Venus. Again, you're just really treating beautiful. You look beautiful. You exude beauty. People are looking at you for... You're just very radiant right now, Gemini, is kind of like what I'm seeing, because you guys are just, you're kind of at peace with yourself, and that's balance. That goes back to that Sagittarius card that I just saw, Temperance that I just saw. You're really bringing that balance back. And so with Venus, this is the planet of love and beauty and all things nice and fine. And that's what I'm saying. Some people are going to look at you and thinking that you're rich, and you might not be. You just are living like Pablo. Like, you are completely, you're like, just because I don't have it, I'm practicing, as I like to say, I'm practicing being rich. I'm practicing being wealthy. Practice makes perfect. So if I walk the walk, then eventually the universe will greet me, especially with the Six of Pentacles here, right? So that's kind of that energy that I'm getting. You're putting on your side of the scale with Venus here. And so people are looking at, and you're very attractive, And again, this is, a fellow air sign planet, right? So, yeah, there's just a really loving and beautiful energy like around this whole thing. And then we had your card pop up with Gemini, and this is what I absolutely love, because it's made an appearance in every reading thus far. So we are 4 for 4, I believe. 5 for 5. All right. So with Gemini, this is again communicating. This Ace of Swords goes with it perfectly. Dibbling and dabbling with this. With your twins, opening up in ways that you wouldn't have even expected that you've opened up. But because you're opening up, you're helping so many people that you wouldn't even think that are listening to you, is really what I'm getting with this Gemini card here. So you're using your words to speak your truth. You're using your words to clarify. The answers that you need are certainly coming, and you're giving answers and providing answers to those people. You're having those conversations that you may have avoided because it had to do with your emotions, but now you're not scared of them anymore. You're actually welcoming them. It's kind of what I'm getting. Because followed by Gemini, we have Mercury, and this is your planet, okay? This Mercury rules your planet. Mercury's also going to retrograde Gemini, so towards the end of the month, be careful. There can be some miscommunications that do happen, but I don't know. I think that this retrograde is going to be a little different. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I just feel like this retrograde is going to be a little different. But either way, Mercury is here, right? And this is your planet. This is, again, communication, open and honest communication, marketing, just really spreading a message. I'm imagining some of you guys, if you're influencers or you want to become influencers, all right, this is the time to start building. What is your message? What is your core? What are your values? And start promoting those and living those, okay? Because it'll start catching. It'll start catching because, as I've said in my previous readings, we are in such a toxic time, specifically in America, and the whole world is kind of all over the place, but I can definitely speak for America. And we're just in such a toxic time, so now is the time to use, with Uranus being here, this is rule of Aquarius, which is philanthropy, and humanitarian rights and technology. So if you're on social media, it's time to use social media to really push the agenda of positivity, okay? And people are looking at you to do that. People are really looking at you to open up and share your experiences that you've had, because we just need it right now. We're in such a toxic way, but I do sense a shift that is certainly coming, all right? I don't think that we're stuck like this, but I think that we need those shepherds who are going to come up and kind of lead the pack and lead the sheep into a better pasture, because we're so lost. And right now, technology is just doing it. You know, social media is just doing it. The internet is just doing it. And that is here with Uranus and Mercury being paired together. And as far as like Gemini being here, that's your card. And then again with Venus, this is spreading, you know, love and beauty throughout. Okay? Is really what I'm getting. And for some of you guys, when I say this, it doesn't necessarily have to be on a huge scale. It could be on your Facebook page. It could be on your Instagram page. You know, it could just be what you are putting out into the world and what you want to be greeted with, right? It doesn't have to be this huge ordeal. You don't have to set out a press conference and be like, I love you and you love you and we love each other. It doesn't have to be that. You don't have to be Michael Jackson, We Are the World. I'm just saying that you just need to exude that energy. You need to move like that. Because people are looking at you. So if that's something that you want to do, if you want to share that message of positivity, you know, then now's the time to really do that. Okay? So with that, I also got a new deck. It's called Moonology by Yasmin, Boland. I'm absolutely obsessed. I love it. It deals with like the moon cycle and its phases, and so I'm going to start incorporating this into the readings. Yeah. And if you ever want to know what decks I use and all that other stuff, that's also in the description box below, and like what crystals and all that jazz. Okay. Excuse me, I love this. Luck is on your side. That's pretty much what I've been getting at. Like, it's just like, now with the Six of Pentacles being here, it's just like you are truly receiving what you put out into the universe. And luck is on your side. Luck is on your side to open up. Luck is on your side to start that business. Luck is on your side to build, you know, your brand, build your foundation, keep it moving, keep it pumping, keep it pushing. Luck is on your side if you're really moving in a super positive energy. As positive as you can. Not saying that you are living... Not saying that living your best life means that you have everything you want, but it's just like you're starting to practice, you know, you're really practicing what that means to you. Emotions are running high. This is what I'm saying. Look at that exclamation point. That's what I'm saying with all these cups I told you. Like, a lot of you are moving in a very Piscean type way with this King of Cups. You guys are truly in tune with your emotions. You know, something that you might not have been in a while. Some of you guys might be crying for no reason, laughing for no reason. You might be all over the place with your emotions, but you're feeling things. You're not trying to debate yourself out of them. You're just letting them flow, okay? And that is kind of like, that's the energy that I'm getting. You're just letting them flow. You're letting these emotions just do their deeds, right? So emotions are running high. So be mindful. But I don't think that it's... So I'll just say this for some of you guys. Be mindful if they're, quote, if they're, quote, negative emotions, all right? Be mindful of how you're communicating and expressing them, all right? Make sure that you're not coming off wrong. Make sure that you're not cutting people down, okay? That's kind of what I'm getting. But I don't think that you are. And then we have surrender to the divine, which to me means move in your life's purpose, you know? Don't scare yourself don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Don't think that it's too good to be true. Don't think that you are missing out on something. Not doing what you're supposed to do. Not moving in your best life. Because you are. Definitely. And y'all had the most positive readings for the past couple of weeks. So I'm absolutely not surprised that the positivity is continuing. But I think now you guys are starting to feel that, you know, now you're certainly starting to feel it for some of you guys. And then we have meditation that just flew out. That could have been why I saw the Hangman and all that other stuff. Because again, I'm not saying that Geminis don't have emotions. everyone has emotions, but the way that air signs deal with emotions, it is different, all right? It's different. So now, since you're allowing yourself to experience these things because you are moving in a different light, you are being positive, and emotions are running high, this is meditation. It's time to take those in. It's time to feel these things, because a lot of you guys are going to be delivering messages. A lot of you guys are going to turn into some advocates for on some planes, okay? Because some of you guys have just been through it, and now you guys are able to, you've been blessed with the art of articulation, okay? And so, surrendering to the divine. Meditate on where it is that you're supposed to be moving, how it is that you're supposed to be moving, and what it is that you're supposed to do instead of acting, okay? This is a time of speaking, right? But it's not necessarily a time of action, right? We have wands here, but this is a card of returning, and this is a card of like happiness and foundation building. It's not necessarily like the 8 of Wands. It's not the King of Wands, right? So we're just taking some moments to really enjoy our happiness and really letting it sink in and listening to guides, okay? Listening to your intuition. We all have it. Listening to that intuition, getting in tap with that Pisces side and that water energy, and learning how you're going to move forward. Okay, Geminis? So that was honestly a really beautiful reading. I mean, I think so. I hope that you guys think so. Remember, luck is on your side. But yeah, just to wrap it up, you guys are experiencing some emotion. You guys are going to be asked to open up and to help other people. The universe is going to greet you with what you greet the universe with. And I really think that you're just putting nothing but positive energy into the air. Continue to use your platforms. Continue to build your platforms. Don't hesitate to use social media. Don't hesitate to post. Even though people might not agree with you, even though people might think that it's, you know, shady or what have you, or superficial, I don't think that you are being superficial in any way at all. You know, don't limit yourself. Spread love, spread light, spread honesty, all right? And that's really what I'm getting for you, Gemini. So congratulations, okay? Congratulations on Scorpio season. I really think that you guys are really moving into this really positive energy that you will be able to spread, and people are just paying attention. People want to see what you're doing, and I think that you're more than happy to share, Gemini. Okay, so with all of that being said, thank you guys so much. If this message did not resonate with you, I apologize, but you know, when you're dealing with general readings, you don't know what energies are going to in fact come through, so just keep that in mind as you're watching, you know, generals. And remember, all of my information is in the description box below. I am still doing that $10 spread, and just be great. Peace, guys.